Those who know us, you'll know that we started as a blog 11 so years ago. And as the blog developed, it became an initiative, then a community of people working in the field of think tanks. But we began to be called to support organizations in consultancy type work. And then that consultancy type work, working with think tanks, research organizations, has evolved into working more and more with foundations. We think this is suitable as we have learned about what think tanks, policy research organizations, researchers in general need, especially in the global south, and now we have a chance to inform the funders of these organizations. And hopefully we are doing both a service in improving how funders think about their support they provide think tanks, and also improving the way that think tanks receive funding from foundations, governments, and multilateral organizations. Over the last few months, Louise Ball, our new head of communications, has been working on the rebranding of On Think Tanks. And this is being done hand in hand with the rebranding of OTT Consulting. The rebranding is going to help us clarify those different roles, the role of consultancy, as well as the role of the sort of public good that we offer think tanks through On Think Tanks. But I think it's also going to help us clarify what is our intellectual territory, as John Schwartz from Soapbox would say. An intellectual territory which is all about promoting better informed policies.
The school has always marked the start of the year, and it has that special energy, the one that discovering new colleagues and new ideas can give you. The people make the school for Thinktankers. In the past year, we had 2 editions of the school. In total, we had more than 50 participants from over 25 countries who were joined by more than 20 trainers, also from all over the world. Just to give an example of the diversity, the school started at 6:30 a.m. for some and at 9:30 p.m. for others.
But as the impact investing sector grows and the private sector increases its role in matters of public interest, new actors need to get engaged to avoid impact washing and ensure that the industry develops on the basis of sound evidence. We propose that local think tanks are really best positioned to help nurture this young impact investing industry to grow in a sustainable manner. And we believe that they can help to deliver impact by contributing to the development of evidence-informed national and international frameworks, and to promote an impact investing sector that can effectively plan, measure, and account and deliver for impact alongside financial returns. Today, OTT is working with its partner, Impacto Consulting, on a current project funded by the International Development Research Centre of Canada, in collaboration with the Global Steering Group on Impact Investing, to begin to foster the relationships between local think tanks and national advisory boards. That is one type of actor that's very much providing guidance to the growth and investment in the impact investing sector at a national level within emerging markets.
So this year we finally published a guide for policy entrepreneurs interested in building a think tank. The guide itself is based on an article that I wrote a few years ago. It was a collection of articles and recommendations that I had compiled over the years, and that was based on what think tank funders had been telling me. This article included recommendations, included resources, included some steps that think tankers could take those early years. But there was a lot more. There were a lot more stories, and so we embarked in an effort to put together this much more detailed and interactive guide. The project's been led by Andrea Bertel and has been supported by everybody on the On Think Tanks team, as well as tens, if not dozens, of our community members, our partners and associates, and our friends in the think tank world. I certainly recommend you download and visit the guide website, buildathinktank.org, and keep it handy because it's also useful for those interested in refreshing their organizations.
Think Tank State of the Sector provides an overview of the think tank sector worldwide. It draws on data from the Open Think Tank Directory and our annual think tank survey. The State of the Sector report is important for many reasons. First, it is, to our knowledge, the only worldwide report on think tanks, and uncovers differences and similarities across regions. And also helps understand the context that think tanks operate in and can help us define how best to support think tanks navigate it. Finding that to me is shocking is that in 2022, think tanks are still mostly led by men. 72% of think tanks are directed by men. And even more alarming is that the turnover of think tanks led by men more than doubles the turnover of those led by women. The Open Think Tank Directory and our yearly State of the Sector help us keep track of trends like these. And through the survey, we can learn the biggest challenges that they are facing. In 2021, rethinking their delivery and work model, political uncertainty ranked high among the challenges. This was definitely a reflection of the changes that we saw in 2020 due to COVID and the implications that it had on people and all sectors. And with information like this, of the trends, the tracks, the challenges, everything that we map both on the Open Think Tank Directory and the State of the Sector survey, we can work both with think tanks and with funders on how best to support them and overcome these challenges.